Well, hello everyone. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to use percentages in CSS. So first of all, I would like to give you an example by adding an image. So let me add an image here. So I'm going to say image, then source, and I have a folder. So let me just zoom in so you can see it better. All right, so I have a folder called images, and inside of the folder, I have an image of a cat. So you see cat.jpg. And this is it. So yeah, we have a picture of a cat, but it's so huge. So I'll have to give it a class name. So let me add a class here. So let me say class equals to, and then to quotations. So let's say that I'm gonna name it cat, and let's style it. So I'm going to say dot cat, and let's say width. Let's add 200 pixels. So this is the image of the cat, everybody. This is our cat, and now it's 200 pixels. So it's going to be 200 pixels no matter what. However, instead of saying 200 pixels, I can use percentages. So now if I change it to 50%, so what does it mean now? Well, now it's 50% of the body. So you see, this is the body tag. So this is actually, all of the viewport. And as you notice, as I resize it, it's going to be resized. So if I make it larger, if I make my screen larger, it's going, the image is going to be always 50% of my viewport. That's why you see it becomes larger and smaller. So now, let's say that we want to add a div. So let's go ahead one more step, and I'm going to show you how this makes sense. So now I'm going to make a div here, and I'm going to say class. So let me call it container. All right, let's say that this is a container. And inside of this div, let's say that I want this image. So I'm going to move this image, and I'm going to place it inside of it. So you see, let me zoom out so you can see all of the code. Yeah, so you see I have the image inside of that container. And now it's still 50%. But now let's say that we want to choose the container. Let's say that we resize the container to 200 pixels. All right, so you see now, what does 50% mean for the image? So now the image is 50% of the container, not the body. So now let me just add a color to the background of that div. So background, so let me just say background, and let me say red. So you see now, it's always going to be 50% of that div. So now if I, let's say for example, if I change the width to 400 pixels of the container, my image is still 50%, but I'm going to change the container to 400 pixels. So you see, this is a 400 pixels div, but you see this image is 50% of it. So what is 50% of 400? It's 200. All right, so my image is 200 pixels now. So this is an important concept. If you understand it, you are going to have more control over your layout. So now let's say that I have a text. So let me add a text here. So this works with text also. So we have paragraph. So let me add a paragraph. It says I am a paragraph. I'm a paragraph. All right. So you see, if I add a class name to the paragraph, I can say, for example, my paragraph. All right. So I'll give it a class name, and I can say dot my para. Make sure that I selected it correctly. Now let me change the background to white. All right. So you see, I have selected it correctly. But now if I change it to green, so you'll see it. Okay. If I change the width of this one to 50%, as units is going to be 50%. All right, so it is 50%. So now let's say that I want to move this paragraph to the right side. So I can use float. And as you notice, when I float it to the right, my text is 50%. All right, so my text is 50%, and my image is also 50%. So this has the total of 200 pixels, and this image has a total of 200 pixels. So you see now, if I want to resize my container, let's say that I want to make this box larger. Now let me change this red color, it's kind of annoying. So let me go with something orange. Yeah. So let's say that I change the container to 500 pixels. You see that my image and my paragraph will just be resized based on the container. All right. So this is how basically you use a percentage. I can use 100% for the container to have a fluid layout. So you see now my container is 100%, and you see as I make it larger, it's going to go all the way up. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to my channel, guys, for more videos like this. All right. If you have more questions, let me know and I'll answer all of your questions. Thanks for watching, everyone.